but the thing is that there are 80% of Black women that will have or have had fibroids, right? And 70% of all women um, have had fibroids. Oh, they
Mhm.
say will have fibroids by the age of 50. And so what are we all using?
Right.
All of us. Like there's so like what is the one common denominator?
All right, you guys. Welcome to Diaries of a Uterus. If your womb could talk, episode 3. Before we begin, please do your girl a favor. Hit that notification button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like and make sure you share. I have a very special guest here with me, just looking just melanin and all lovely and smelling good over there. And girl, I know you are. But let's talk about it. She is a CPA. She is a founder. She is a CEO of Her Plum. You guys give it up for Miss Natasha Hall. How you feeling today, love?
Hi everybody. I feel good. I feel good. It's a good day. I woke up today. I'm feeling great.
Yes, I love it. And happy we made it Friday because it's been a long week,
It has.
but we're here.
We are.
We're
Thank
here.
God.
Yeah. So before we dive in, tell the viewers who is Natasha?
Yeah.
Who is
Yeah.
Natasha?
So I am, as you shared before, I'm the founder and CEO of Herplum, which is a feminine hygiene and wellness brand that's combining menstrual health and mental health. And it's really geared towards women understanding their bodies a bit better so that when we go into these doctor's offices, we can show up with confidence and we are informed because we have the connection to our bodies. So Her Plum actually offers non-toxic reusable sanitary pads. And we provide monthly breathing, 5 to 7 minute videos every single month for all of our customers. And so it's intentional because I want our community to truly, truly connect with themselves. And so I am the person that really experienced all of the challenges, which is why Her Plum came about. And I'm so excited to be able to help other women on their journey.
Oh my gosh, I love this. Where were you when I was having my period? Oh my gosh. But it's all good because you will be able to help many more.
Yeah.
Okay. You will definitely be able to help many more. All right, let's go ahead and get started, shall we?
Yeah, yeah, let's go.
You started your menstrual journey at just 10 years old. What was that like growing up, navigating your reproductive health so young?
You know, I would say I was uninformed.
Okay.
And I was figuring things out with really no information. And so that I realized like, oh wow, there's a lot of these internal conversations that's happening. And that's probably when I first started noticing that there are these internal conversations that we all have on, wait, why am I experiencing this? And I've shared previously that my sister, who's 15 months older than me, she got her period about a year before I did. And so she never had any challenges at all. So I automatically went into this kind of, wait, what's wrong with me? And why am I having these challenges? And what do I need to do differently? And thankfully, my grandmother, who was a nurse, really helped to help me to understand, wait, maybe you should start eating this. She was a nurse from Guyana. My family's Guyanese.
Mm,
And so
yes.
she always said, why don't you eat different food? Change your diet. There's something that we see called Karila. Oh, just the nastiest thing. Oh, just
Oh,
but it's real. They call it bitter melon. Um,
okay.
and they say it's really, really good for you. So my grandmother was saying, why don't you just eat more of that? Make sure that you're changing your diet. So a lot of that I didn't even understand, to be honest. At such a young age, it's kind of like hair pads don't get pregnant, right?
Mhm.
And so
Right.
I was really just I think confused on what to do, where to go, what to use. And as I got older, I realized more challenges were happening. Where I had a cyst blocking a fallopian tube, I was having irregular periods. I had to get surgery for that cyst. And so I was about 19, anywhere between 19 and 21, I want to say. And I was just like, this is strange. Like this is new. I
Mhm.
was scared to go under the knife. There's just
Mhm.
so many thoughts that kind of goes into your head when you're so young. Um,
Mhm.
and so yeah, it was just a lot mentally
Okay.
to deal with.
Well, oh, man, I could only imagine, man. So you experienced irregular periods,
Yeah,
abnormal cells,
yeah.
surgery for the cysts and fibroids. But at what point did you realize this was more than just a difficult cycle?
Yeah, it was when I actually discovered that I had fibroids.
Okay.
Which was like right after I had a cyst, so maybe around 21, 22 years old. Um,
Wow.
and that's when I realized I had re extremely heavy periods. And it was so difficult, a lot of clotting, and I was, again, what is going on with my body?
What the hell is going on? Excuse my language, but what the hell is going on? This
Right,
enough.
right. And when you do go to your gynecologist, they don't see anything wrong and everything is fine, and
Hmm.
you kind of just move on with
Yeah,
life, still kind of feeling the discomfort. Um,
right.
and it wasn't until I actually started doing yoga that I realized, wait, I need to listen to my body. Something is happening internally, and I need
Mhm.
to listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So your grandmother is a nurse. Hi,
Yeah.
Grandma. I'm a nurse too. How you doing? Was the one who nudged you towards changing your products and eating habits, right?
Right.
So give us a little bit more of what that conversation looked like. Because I know she said something about a fruit, but did she anything else did she say?
Yeah, so she didn't really give me like what products to use, right?
Okay.
She
Okay.
just said, why don't you change your eating habits and switch your menstrual products? And my
Okay.
thought was, okay, maybe she's meaning the brand of the
Oh,
disposable products. Maybe that's what she means, right? But I never thought about reusable. Never thought about reusable when she shared that information with me because reusable products weren't introduced to me at all, right? So
mhm.
it wasn't until I would say we're in 2026, like 14 years ago, 14 or
Oh,
15 years
wow.
ago,
Okay.
that I was like, I'm gonna start trying something new.
Okay.
I saw reusable underwear and thought, let's test this out. And obviously I reached out to my girls, my girlfriends, and I was like, have you guys tried this? And what do you think? And everyone was like, absolutely not. How can you use that? That's ridiculous. And I'm very much so someone that, although they may have that experience, I want to be able to support my body the way I feel like
Mhm.
I need to support it. Um,
Mhm.
and so that's what kind of led me down this road of supporting my body in an intentional way. Yeah.
Okay. I
Yeah.
love being intentional. I just don't want to do something just to be doing it. You know,
Right.
it's like, okay, this is a waste of time. Intentional. I love that. Okay, so now when you switch to reusable pads
hmm
and your period was about 7 to 8 days, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I remember those days. Oh my gosh. So then it went down to 3 to 5 days.
Yep.
What did that moment feel like?
Oh, relief.
Ah,
It, it was like, why was I even dealing with that in the first place? What is
I hate
happening?
it here.
So it was truly like a lift of weight off my shoulders because I noticed the, okay, 8 days. Oh, wow, seven. Oh, really? Okay, you sure? And then six. Oh, girl, don't get me excited.
Yes. We're
And
having a
it's,
period party.
I was,
This is just
I, I definitely realized, oh, wow, every time it went down by a day, I
Mm,
literally got so excited because why was I even experiencing 8 days worth of a
oh,
period? And it was so heavy and so much clotting and so much cramps and oh Jesus. So I literally was so happy as I saw the days decrease. Um, and to be honest, I was like, well, why? I continued to question, like, what? I wonder why that was even happening in the first place,
mhm,
right? Like,
mhm.
what were on in those products? And I don't think at that time I did like too much research.
Okay.
Something just said to me, why don't you try reusable? Do some
Okay.
research here. And okay, well, let me let me test this out. I don't really know what I'm supposed
Mhm.
to look for or anything. Again, not really understanding that there's a reusable industry at all, right?
Yeah.
And so it was just really about how, again, how can I intentionally support my body as I see that it's my period is reducing. It was truly a period party every single month. Like,
Period party. Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay. So, but you still experience sensitivity
yeah,
and some irritation, even with
yeah,
reusable pads.
yeah,
And that is what led you to create, yes, your own non-toxic version.
yeah,
Do me a favor, walk us through that creative and entrepreneurial leap. Oh my God.
yeah. I would say God.
Okay.
God is at
Yeah.
the front, the side, the like
All.
truly all around me, to be honest,
Mm-hmm.
to trust my spirit, trust my gut, and to trust that he's leading me down this path of for a reason,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I truly felt like as soon as I made the decision to make a shift, not
Yeah.
only did I realize that, wow, he actually was preparing me this whole time
Mm-hmm.
in me being a CPA, understanding the foundation of building a company, me becoming a yoga master and
Wow.
understanding the mind-body connection, me even having reproductive challenges to be able to understand personally what
Mm-hmm.
so many women go through. And
Yeah.
so I was just like, wait a second, is this where I'm supposed to be? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a heartfelt, purpose felt feeling that I feel in Herplum, every single pad that I ship out, it's there's something that's near and dear to me, which is I hope this is helping to heal every single woman that uses it, right? So trust me, it's not easy running a
Yeah.
business, right?
Yeah. Oh,
But
yeah.
this is like purposeful work. It feels purposeful. It feels like something bigger than myself,
Yeah.
right? And I just keep imagining so many women coming together. We're all healing ourselves in this
Mm-hmm.
intentional way. Wow, how
Mm-hmm.
powerful, right? For me, that's
Wow.
powerful.
It is. It is powerful. Wow. So, what is her plum and who is it made for?
Yeah. Her plum is hers because it's hers. So in the name, the
Love
name
it.
in and of itself, it's her plum. It's her womb. Plum is a womb. That's how I'm describing it. As I talk to people, it's her womb. She's in control of it. She understands it. She knows how to take care of it, right? And it's for women who are health conscious, eco conscious, eh, women who are wellness, prioritizes their wellness, just to make sure that they are not only supporting themselves
Mhm.
intentionally, but they're supporting the earth. They understand that there's something bigger than just us. We're all on this planet together, right?
Yeah,
And we only have one earth, right? And so
right.
so all of us helping the earth while at the same time, all of us healing together as women.
Mm.
And so it's really something that's, again, bigger than myself. It's really unity, it's connection, it's women understanding other women, and all of us coming together to heal the earth. So
Oh my
yeah,
gosh. Oh, my goodness.
it's a grand vision. And I want to stick to that because I feel like it's we can do it together as
Oh,
women.
yeah. Oh, yes. Listen, I'm sorry, but we make the world go round, baby. Yes. Come on in
Go
and
ahead.
add. And
Exactly.
add. So you have been practicing yoga for 14 years
Yeah. Yeah.
and became a yoga master. Listen, you guys, she
Yeah.
is a yoga master and teacher.
Yeah.
How did that practice change how you understood your own body?
Yeah. So, like night and day.
Mm,
Um, I would say it helped me to tap in more
okay.
to understanding my emotions, how to manage my emotions, understand when there are highs and lows, as we all have during our cycle because of our increase and decrease of hormones, right, which is
Mm,
natural. It helped me to understand a lot about how I was feeling so
okay.
that I can intentionally put rest into my day. I can intentionally put some sort of exercise or meditation into my week, right? I want to make sure that
Mm,
I'm showing up intentionally. And so there's definitely something about yoga that helps me to stay calm.
yeah.
It helps me to observe what my body's doing. It helps me to observe what my mind is doing. And that helps me to actually operate with clarity, right?
Mm,
So it's a huge part of my life. And one of my friends, she actually nudged me for like 2 years. Come on, come to yoga. And I kept saying, girl,
really?
that's not for me. It's not for me. And you know what? I'm actually glad I went because I don't think that I would have been here today with the same positivity and purpose that I have now without it.
You know, you always have that one person that will push you into something positive. So shout out to those that will push us into something positive. Seriously, some snaps. Seriously, and some claps. Okay. Now, you talk about breath work and meditation. Oh, I'm a meditation girly. As tools for managing cramps and hormonal mood shifts.
Yeah.
Can you walk us through what that actually looks like in practice? Like, what does
Yeah.
that look like?
Yeah, it's one, and I keep kind of going back to intentionality,
It's
right?
okay.
It's saying, hold on a second. I know when I wake up in the morning, I know that I need a moment before I get out of bed. So
Mhm.
that is me doing affirmations
Yes.
to make sure that my mind is okay, and then doing breath work before I get
Okay.
out of bed. Am I okay? Is my body relaxed? Are my hip relaxed? Right? Is my shoulders relaxed? Is my jaw calm? Right? So I kind of do a check-in with my body just to make sure, okay, you just woke up. Are you okay? And from there, I do my kind of day to day, right? And of course, when we have cramps, those butt cramps, all the things that happen.
All at one time. Oh my
Right.
God.
I kind of come back to how do I relax my hips, right? How do I do breath work to make sure that whatever it is that my body is kind of going through right now, this cramp, let me help it. Um, so instead of like squeezing my face or putting my
Yeah.
shoulders to my ears, I kind of
Okay.
and asking myself like, what do you need? Right? What do you need? How do you feel? Are you okay? Um,
Okay.
because it just helps my body to just know it's okay. You can relax. You don't have to tense up. And I do that consistently throughout my period. As I'm experiencing discomfort or cramping, or any sort of hormonal shifts. If I feel like I'm too, um, I guess, moody
Yeah.
or aggravated, I kind of say, wait a second, let me check in just to make
Mhm.
sure I'm not making someone else annoyed because
Yeah.
of my own kind of annoyances. So that's natural. I'm only trying to
It
manage
is.
it, right? So there's a lot of breath work that happens consistently, especially during my period to check in.
So I am a meditation girl. Listen, I love me an affirmation down. I love to do sound bath therapy. That is something that I like to do in the morning time. I like to, I have a little guy, I have a husband. I'm like, I need some time for myself and to
Right.
make sure I am the best version for me.
Yeah,
If I'm the best version for me, I feel like all that positivity is just going to just okay, spread and sprinkle. I'm
exactly.
big in that. And I like to do it that at nighttime as well, especially with my little guy, because it's good to calm him down as well.
Yeah.
So I love that. I love that. I love that. Okay. Now, what does the mind womb connection mean to you?
Yeah. This is where I understand what's happening with my body. I tell
Okay.
people all the time, like when my period is about to come, you get that internal
You get
feeling.
that? Yes.
Yeah, ooh, something's
Yes.
about to come. And then I actually, as soon as my period comes down, I say, thank you for coming,
Okay.
right?
Mm.
To let my body know this is natural, this is gonna be the next, 3 to 5 days. Please be easy on me,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, so yes,
Um,
please.
so I do a lot of not gratitude for my period coming, but I also ask my body to relax so that my body can release. And I think that's something that completely changed how I feel about my, like when I have my period, um,
Okay.
especially when, of course, you're having cramps and discomfort. But when I
Yeah.
start my period with gratitude and thank you for coming and please be easy, it's different. It's completely different than the months that when I forget to say it. Then it's like boom, and I'm like, whoa, sorry.
Wait a minute. I should have just okay. Let me go back to thanking you.
Like, I'm sorry. Let me go back to saying I'm thankful for you coming. And I think it's also a reset to help
Okay.
me understand that this is a part of your natural process. Uh,
Yeah.
and I want to make sure that I appreciate it because if I didn't have it, then, if I did want to get pregnant or
Yeah.
then of course I wouldn't be able to. So it's
Yes.
just
Yes.
it's just more gratitude for having my period that I think is so important.
Okay. I like that. I love that. Oh my gosh, I do. Wow. You have heard so many stories. Fibroids, hysterectomies,
Yeah,
PMDD. It used to be PCOS. Okay, y'all. Y'all listening to us. PMOS now.
yeah,
Endometriosis and ovarian cysts, and also infertility.
yeah,
Which of those stories hit closest to home for you at this moment?
yeah. Fibroids.
Okay.
Um, because I have them as well, and they used to be bigger, and now very small. And so
Okay.
it was to the point where I could actually like feel it, like
Okay.
pushing. And I remember going to my doctor and saying, "There's something like pushing," and they were like, "You can't feel that." And I was like, "No, no, but I could." Right? They're like, no, 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 it's no. And I was like, no, 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 but let me just tell you what I'm feeling. They're all right. We just do a test. But you see how it's so important for you to know how your
Mhm.
body feels when something feels off, so
Right.
you can kind of push back in your doctor's.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so yeah, fibroids for me is I resonated with it very well because I understand the heavier periods. I understand the pushing against the womb,
Mhm.
not really knowing, what your body's going to be doing this month versus that month. But I also
Yes.
realize like when I'm less stressed, my body calms down.
Mhm.
And I don't, I don't feel it, right? All of a sudden you go to a
Yeah.
doctor, it's not there. You're like, what?
Right.
Yeah,
And she lying now. No, we don't believe her. They already
right,
don't believe us now. Now
right.
here's the thing. They already don't believe us. We're in there advocating and all of a sudden, wait, what's happening? Okay.
Yeah.
Get her out of here. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly. And so it's not completely gone, but it's very small, right? So
Okay.
I'm happy at the fact that it went from the size that it was to now a reduced size. And so for
Okay.
me, it's about making sure that I, again, support my body by eating properly, making sure I'm rest and,
Mhm.
and enough recovery is important.
Mhm.
But also knowing when to work out heavy
Yeah.
during my cycle and when not to, just so that, again, I'm supporting my body intentionally.
Yeah. I love that. So, when did you realize that your personal journey had to become a public mission? Because honey, you are out here doing a thing. So tell us about it. Yes.
Yeah, I think when I finally got the courage,
Okay.
um, I remember one day I was like, okay, so I'm tired of the sensitivity and the irritation that all these companies just I'm just over it. Right?
Mhm.
And um, and then when I started to go down the road of finding my own fabrics and taking that risk and really creating my own product, I realized that, it's time to really, again, support my body in an intentional way.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah. I'm like, what was the question again?
Period. Dropping the mic. No, you did good. So you describe her plum as period care rooted in love.
Yeah,
What does it mean to love yourself through your cycle? And I'm loving
yeah.
what you've already said already, but give us a little bit more.
Yeah. Loving yourself through your cycle is one, what does the feeling of love feel like to you?
Mm.
And then taking that feeling and putting it into your period care experience, right? And so obviously we all, when we're in love, we're like,
Oh, yes. I just
I'm
am
like,
so like,
we're
yes.
we're like kind of in on this like
Like
cloud.
you said, yes, like this,
Right.
yes. I'm
And
feeling.
so for me, it's like, what happened that made you get to this cloud? Ooh, either someone or something allowed you to get to this height of, oh wow, I'm on a cloud. I feel like the best, right? And it's
Yes.
because you're doing things that makes you either excited or happy, right? And so for me, it's okay. And so now the feeling of love, when you bring that into your period care experience, you're saying to yourself, I care about my body.
Mhm.
So that's the core. I care about my body. I care about what I put on my body. Um,
Mhm.
I care about what I eat. Again, I care about my mental health. And so I'm going to put my energy into my wellness. I'm going to put my energy into making sure that my body is supported. And so when you are loved, you are supported,
Mhm.
right? When you feel loved, you are supported.
Mhm.
And so if you're giving that to yourself during your period care experience, man, self-connection is on high. You feel good from the inside, and
Yeah.
and that shows on the outside, right?
Mhm.
When you're
Mhm.
like, hey, I love myself wholeheartedly, you smile different, you show up
Yes.
differently, right?
Yes.
So it's really, hey, I'm going through my period at this present moment. I'm giving myself a little bit of extra love. I'm resting. I'm drinking my fluids. I'm making sure that
Mhm.
I'm staying hydrated. But I'm also giving my body some relaxation time with breathing, with meditation, because when you are menstruating, you're kind of tensed up, right? And so help your body to support your body to release. And that's love to me, right? Um, and so it's just how can we all do that to make sure that our body feels the love that we actually are looking for outside, right? Potentially, right?
Yes.
Some of us.
Mm.
And so it's so important to kind of say, well, what does that love feel like to me? I want that in my womb.
Yes. Ooh, I want that in my womb. I love that. So, why why did you decide to combine menstrual health and mental health
Mhm.
under one brand? This is
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. So one, experienced like reproductive health challenges and was like,
Oh,
I realized like in switching, I had a reduced period. And so which other woman would not want to go from 8 days to down to
take me to
three to
one.
So that was one. And then two, I realized that with yoga, I was able to connect with my body on truly a deep level.
Wow.
And not only does it help with supporting your body intentionally, but you realize that it also helps you to build confidence, to
Mhm,
have better conversations with yourself and your community. So
mhm,
it's something, again, it's bigger than just a product. It's actually supporting your mind, body, and spirit if you are a spiritual person,
mhm.
right? You're
Damn.
saying to yourself, hey, I want to be able to show up in this world with healthy and with love, right? So I have to give myself love first. And
Mhm,
then from there, be able to say, okay, if my mind is healthy, my womb is healthy, guess what? Now you're showing up in the world
mhm,
more positively, right? There's just a different energy that I feel like when your mind and your body are healed, uh,
mhm,
then you show up differently. You are more positive. You do have more that you want to give to
mhm.
your community, right? Or even
Yeah.
to yourself. So
Mhm.
it's really about helping us to tap in, and a lot of us don't like to do therapy, and right. And so
Yeah.
so
But
it's
therapy is actually great. It's not a
but
negative thing.
it's really good. And so it's for the people that feel like, okay, maybe I don't want to do therapy
Mhm,
because maybe therapy is not for me, but maybe
mhm.
breathing and meditation is, right?
Yes.
So
That,
this is just like
yes.
a
Yes.
little like opening a door for you to be able
Yeah.
to see, hey, what is this thing? And how
Mhm,
is it helping me to relax my body, relax my mind,
mhm,
but also helping me to think differently, helping me to manage my emotions. And
mhm,
so to have better conversations with myself and again my community. So it's again, it's bigger, it's truly bigger than only just a pad. It's support for our community to truly get better, understand ourselves on a deeper level, understand each other on a deeper
mhm.
level, and then for us to come together and really make changes. Yeah.
Love that. Love. Yes. 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 Okay. So, what does holistic wound care look like in everyday life for someone just starting out? What that look
Yeah.
like right now? What do you think?
Yeah. So I think it starts off with a question
Okay.
with itself. So, okay, so let's say you are using disposable products, and now
Okay.
you're thinking, okay, now it's time for me to shift.
Mm,
You would have to ask yourself, so what experience am I looking for? I want to be able to support my body intentionally. Okay, so now
mhm,
you've made that decision. Check mark, right? And then you would have to say to yourself, don't judge your experience because
mhm,
you're now learning. You're learning your body in a different way. You're learning it more deeply and more consciously. So
mhm,
it's giving yourself patience and grace
mhm,
that you are learning something new. So when you do shift, I tell people always to, okay, maybe you used to use, I don't know, 15 pads during, or 15 to 20 pads or tampons during your regular cycle.
mhm.
Why don't you start out with 4 reusable pads? Just to
Okay.
give you an idea of what it feels like to use reusable. And maybe you might need to kind of go back and forth when you first started. Me, I jumped all
Mhm.
the way in. I said,
I'm diving in.
I was like throwing these out, going this way, done, right? But I tell people to get more comfortable, have both when you first
Okay.
start. Some people don't feel comfortable when they are going outside the first time they use reusable.
Okay.
So this is a time for you to really like know your body. Ask yourself the questions. Hey, and we all have those internal
Yeah.
questions we ask, right? How am I feeling now? Am I a little uncomfortable? Wait, this is a new experience for me.
Mhm,
Some people use the cup, right?
mhm,
Before they decide to use a reusable pad
mhm,
because they used to use tampons, right? So
mhm.
again, everyone is different, but we tell folks if you are using pads and you want to switch to reusable, um, it's easier to kind of slowly get yourself into it by getting, I guess, like, acclimated with
Yeah.
using reusable pads, still have your disposable, and then eventually you'll understand, okay, this is how much I need. This is
Okay.
how my body, this is how often I need to change. Um,
Mhm.
and then from there, you'll be able to say, okay, I know I need more, it's heavy pads or more than my
Mhm.
normal flow pads just because of how heavy your cycle is. And then you'll get accustomed to washing it. I think people are
Okay.
very nervous.
We're like, oh, okay, what's going on?
Right. So I tell people all the time, when you are on your cycle, you're usually in the shower a little bit
Yes,
longer,
yes,
right?
yes. You're like,
So,
okay,
so
off of me.
they're like, get out the shower. There's too many, there's other people in the
Yeah.
house. So I usually tell people when you are in the shower, kind of put them at the bottom of the tub.
Okay.
And again, use it as a meditative practice to release. So your
Mhm.
body released into the pads, great. Now
Mhm.
you're doing meditation to release it down the drain, right? So you're using your feet to
Mhm.
kind of remove the soil so that you're not
Yeah,
using your hands. I think
yes,
that's what
yes.
people kind of get like, I don't want to touch it,
Yeah,
right? Um, and so, which is fine, which is fine.
yeah,
So we
yeah.
tell people we have the grape method, and the grape
Okay.
method is similar to mashing
Yes,
grapes,
yes,
right?
like for wine,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
yeah. Okay.
Exactly. Exactly. You're going to be mashing the pads in the tub. And then when all the soiled pads are kind of, you're seeing like clear from the water, then
Okay.
you just squeeze them out, wash with a little soap. And then
Mhm.
you put them in the washing machine, all of them in the washing machine after your cycle. So it gives people the ability to say, okay, well, I don't have to use my hands. Okay, that's where I
Uh-huh.
was uncomfortable. Okay, I can ease into this. I don't have to jump in and just,
Okay. Mhm.
go cold turkey. And then it's also asking, helping people to understand those internal conversations that they're having. Like
Mhm.
observe yourself, hear the questions that you're
Mm.
asking yourself, just so that you can become more aware of what your body is doing and what it's asking.
I love that. So I used to be a pad girly. Oh my gosh. I remember my periods used to be so heavy and
Yeah.
so long. So I was that 7 or 8 girly. And then later, I remember someone I used to work with in the medical field was like, "Oh, have you tried tampons? Because a pad makes you feel like, you're wearing a diaper." And I was
Yeah.
like, "Okay, yeah, let me try this." And I'm like, "Okay." And then I was like, "Oh, let me try this Diva cup. Let me see what this is talking about." And I was like, "Okay." And it was so weird because after I had my son, I went back to have to wearing pads. For
Yeah.
some reason, I couldn't do the Diva cup. For some reason, I couldn't do the tampons. So I
Right.
was like, "Where was my girl? Where was Natasha?" Yes, but I ended up going back to the pads. It just went back.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, 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 yes. All right. So now let's go ahead and talk about what is one thing you wish more women knew about their reproductive health right now?
Yeah. I wish that they knew that there's so many forever chemicals
Mm.
in and I'm gonna say PFAS,
Okay.
um, but it's polyfluoroalkyl that is
Mm.
in a lot of these pads and tampons. And I know that there's a lot of the companies today. There's arsenic, there's lead, there's cadmium, and a lot of these things are, again, I'm not a doctor, but
But
in
but
in
yes.
doing the research, right, in reading the books, you see that a lot of these things impact your body in a negative way. And so for me, I wish that we would just read the labels, do the research, so that we could understand how we can potentially be impacted
Mhm.
by the chemicals in these products, um, so that we can support our bodies, our wombs intentionally.
Mm.
Right? I'm going to always go back to us being
That's okay.
intentional.
That's okay.
Um,
Somebody's gonna
because
get it.
yeah. I think that it's, and you know what? As soon as I switched, and I made my own pads with
Yeah.
the fabrics that I use. That, by the way, it's Oco-Tex Standard 100 certified, which means that they've been tested for over 1,000 harmful substances. Um, and I realized there's no sensitivity and no irritation anymore. And so it's like, wait, so what was in this other stuff, you know? And obviously, I want to make sure that as the core, we are transparent. We
Mhm.
know that the same thing that we're selling, I'm using. Right?
Yes,
And it's
yes,
the only
yes.
thing I use. I will not use anything else, right?
Mhm.
And it's because I did my research. I
Yeah.
understood what those products were doing to me.
Mhm.
And I was tired of it, right? And I think once I realized that not only is there sensitivity and irritation, where did this fibroid come from? Like all all of a sudden, right? And so all of these questions started to come up, and I started to like again read books and
Mhm.
do the research, and you realize a lot of
Mm.
things are are from the things that we use all the time. And I know,
Mhm.
again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist or anything like that, but I know that fibroids, for example, it developed from increases in estrogen, right?
Mhm.
And PFASs, or forever chemicals or polyfluoricals, mimic estrogen. And so the body sees it as estrogen. And so you are absorbing estrogen into your body, not even knowing that it could potentially be causing fibroids, right? And so for me, I want to be able to move away from the things that may have an impact on my body
Mhm.
in that way. And so, I've switched a lot of things in my life to the things that I eat, me buying organic, right? Just to make sure that what I'm eating and I'm using is supporting my body and not impacting my body, or can have an impact on my body.
Mhm. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, some people say, I don't have any issues, so, then they're fine. Okay, no problem.
That's beautiful. But down the
Yeah.
line,
But the thing is that there are 80% of Black women that will have or have had fibroids, right? And 70% of all women have had fibroids, or they
mhm,
say will have fibroids by the age of 50.
mhm,
And it's so what are we all using?
right.
All of
Right.
us, like there's so like what is the one common denominator, right? And so I wanted to just make sure that one, we know that, but also for us to do our research,
Research.
right? Don't be
Mhm.
scared to switch to a reusable product because you're nervous of the
Mhm.
convenience, right?
Mhm.
Um, is it's I keep telling people, would you rather convenience or would you rather support your womb, right? And
Come
for me,
on now.
it's supporting my womb every single time, right?
Mhm.
Not only that, I think another thing that people don't realize, again, we are all part of the same ecosystem.
That's
So
true.
all of our pads and tampons that are disposable is going in the trash,
Mhm.
in
Mhm.
landfills, and may end up in oceans. And so all of that, pads and tampons with all the plastic, it takes 500 to 700 years to naturally decompose. And so we're not only impacting our current generation, we're impacting future generations,
Mhm.
right? And so using a reusable product helps you to not only reduce that, but it
Yeah.
reduces all the harmful chemicals that could potentially be absorbed into your body. There's so many more benefits in using a reusable product. So yeah, there's just I want us to do our research. Do your research, girls.
No, it's something else. And sometimes we don't like to do our research. We'll rather like listen to maybe a doctor that's not even, I don't want to say telling the truth, but maybe don't have that knowledge or maybe not good intention. And a lot of us, we don't want to read.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a prescription. No, no, no. Let me read and see what this is.
Right.
Let me see what's in these products.
Right.
Let me see about my liver.
Right.
Right. Let's talk about it. It's like, wow. Okay. Now you do breathing meditation throughout your full cycle as a check-in. I love that. Not just during your period, right?
Yeah.
Tell us more about what that ritual looks like.
Yeah. I would say weekly is me understanding which part of my cycle am I in, right?
Okay.
First of all, a lot of people don't know that there's four cycles, four phases to the cycle, right? So the folks that don't know, when
Yes.
like the cycle that people normally reference is relating to only your period, but that's
Mhm.
just one phase, right? So when you are on your period, that's your menstrual phase. And then your follicular phase is right after your cycle. Then your ovulation, then your luteal. So I always make sure to kind of understand, well, what phase am I in and how do I feel? So when I'm on my cycle, I'm usually resting a lot more. I'm not going out. I'm giving my body a chance to relax.
Mhm.
I'm also trying to figure out when my period is coming next so that I book the vacations when I don't have my period,
Yes.
right?
No
Um,
interruption.
right? But when I come off my period, that's when I have the most energy,
Okay.
right? When you're in your follicular phase. And so during that phase, I have this kind of surge of, well, it starts to slowly increase, right? But you have
Mhm.
more energy than you did when you were on your menstrual phase. So I make sure to, during this time, ooh, what do I want to do today? I want to be able to get
Mhm.
up and work out and make sure that again I'm tapping into my body by breathing to understand, okay, how am I feeling today? What do I feel like I can do and not do, right?
Mhm.
Because some days I'm like, well, I want to lift heavy. Well, it ain't today because maybe your period just ended yesterday and I don't have the energy yet, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
it's all of that. It's all that tapping in. And then when I'm on my ovulating, nobody can tell me nothing, okay? So during
Smell
that
good, look good.
So when I'm ovulating, your ovulation phase, I am my like most social self. I
Mhm.
I know what that feels like in my bones. Like it feels like very energetic, it feels very empowering. And so during that time, I'm kind of like on the go. But as soon as
Okay.
I come out of that, it's that luteal phase, which is like the longest to prep your body for your menstrual again. And so during that phase, I start to slow down. Um, I am more intentional about, again, getting out of bed slower, going to bed earlier, making sure that my body truly, again, feels like I'm supporting it the way that it needs to be supported.
Mhm.
And not just going, 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 going. I need to
Yeah.
be because no, I need to take a breath. I
Yeah.
need a breather.
Yeah.
I need to make sure I tap in. So every phase of my cycle, I'm usually like, okay, where am I? How do I feel? What do I feel like I can do today?
Mhm.
And sometimes it's just, you know what? I don't have it. And that could be in any phase, right?
Mhm.
Because
Mhm. Mhm.
sometimes there's a lot to do, but I
Mhm.
really tap in, understand my emotions a bit more,
Mhm.
understand what's high and what's low, and then be able to connect by through breath work.
I love that. All right. So you mentioned thanking your period when it comes
Hmm.
and noticing it being easier on your body when you are in that state of gratitude. That is powerful.
Yeah.
When did you first start doing that and what shifted for you?
Um, Maybe 4 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. I would probably, yeah, right after COVID.
Okay. Oh,
Um,
wow. Okay.
Yeah, this is 20. Yeah, right after COVID, I felt like, hold on a second. Let me just say thank you. Hello, hi, how you doing?
Yeah.
Having it more of a conversation.
Yes,
And I think at that point, because everyone was in the house, no one was doing anything.
bliss.
So I think there was definitely more time to like, what do I need? I'm really
Mhm.
like when you're living on your own, you're like, wait, what do I need? What do I do? Right? And so I started to tap in right after COVID, asking my body, thanking my body for my period coming, asking my body what does my body need relating to rest and food and all the hydration and all the things. Um, and it shifted the way that I show up every single day in supporting myself. So it's I continuously use it every single month. And like I said, if I don't use it, then my parent is like, "You didn't thank me this month? How dare you?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry." Let me start this
Let's
back next month.
restart this.
Yeah, it's something that I will never stop doing, as long as I have my period. But I think that, I'm gonna go a little bit further than that, which is
Okay.
I want to say, regardless if I have my period or not, I want to be able to thank my womb because
Hello.
I think that's where my intuition is, right? You get a gut feeling,
Mhm,
and once I have a good gut feeling or a good connection with my
mhm.
gut, then I'll be able to make the right decisions, whatever that may be for me. So it's really about having a good connection with my intuition, understanding what it's saying, having a good connection with my body, and then continuously using that same approach going forward.
I love that. I love it. Oh my gosh, this is great. Okay. So, what does an intentional pause look like for you in the middle of a busy day? Because I know you're busy, but what does that pause look like for you?
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
deep breath.
Okay.
And it's 5 minutes. It's nothing longer than 5 minutes, right?
Okay.
I take a deep breath and I kind of do all the check-ins. Okay, are you okay? Okay, are you relaxed? Is your shoulders back? Is your jaw tight? Okay, is your stomach calm? Is your hips tight? Okay, let's relax that. Okay, another deep breath. And
Mhm.
then it's really that. It's really just a check-in. I take a five
Mhm.
minute pause. How am I feeling? Okay, and you kind of go from the top all the way to the bottom. Okay?
Yeah.
And then I make sure I do one last breath just to relax my whole body. And at the end, I say, I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I make
Okay.
sure to end it with always like, and I am okay.
Okay. I love that. Now, as a CPA and a
Yeah.
founder, you are balancing a lot. How do you protect your womb wellness when life gets loud?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and it does, right? So I transitioned. So although I'm still a CPA, I transitioned from the kind of corporate world,
Okay.
and so that was a decision because I wanted to take a risk to do my own thing, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
of course I still have friends that call me up and ask me questions. I'm like, oh God, all these
I'm
accounting
not doing
questions.
that anymore. No.
Right, right. But I do provide like some support wherever they need it from time to time if they do have questions. But for me, it was okay, now it's time for me to transition to doing this new venture fully, right?
Mhm.
I think I used to work in corporate. I used to say, I used to use yoga as my way to stay calm, get all the work done, make sure that my team is supported, make sure that the work is done, all the things, right? Make sure the leadership team has the information that they needed. But it was my way of carving out time and a space for me, right? So even if I took 5 minutes in the bathroom to, okay, let me just check in with myself. Okay, I did everything for everyone else. I need to make sure I do the same thing for me. And so, exactly, exactly. And so, I take that same approach as I'm building and creating Herplum. I make sure that I'm intentionally taking the moments that I need to again build an intentional brand because I do feel like if you're not okay, then what you share is also not okay. Yeah.
Hello. A word for somebody. What does your cycle teach you about yourself each month? Each
hmm
month, what does it teach you?
Oh, so it teaches me, okay, what did I eat before my cycle started? Why, why was I eating that?
You
It
better talk
teaches
about.
me, yeah, especially if my cycle is heavy, then I'm usually like, hold on, what is it that I'm dealing with both mentally, spiritually,
Mhm.
physically, that my period is so heavy that I need this time to help it to relax. So if my period is really, really heavy on like the day 2 and 3, I'm usually like, oh, hold on. Let me give you a second. I'm sorry. Let me just
Mhm.
make sure I pause.
Forgive me.
Yeah, my fault, and I think for me, every single month I pay attention.
Okay.
To what I eat before. I pay attention to how hard I worked out before. Or if I didn't work out, I make sure to figure out, okay, let's make sure that we're continuously tapping into ensuring that our mental health is okay, our emotional well-being is all right. So there's a lot of check-ins for me.
Okay.
I do a lot of check-ins,
What's
and it helps me
important
to, sorry, go ahead.
is important.
It's important, right?
Mhm.
And it helps me to understand, also hear my own voice, right? Hear my own experiences. Okay, so let me make sure that I'm okay. Let me make sure that my body's okay. Okay, so I've allowed you to release and do
Mhm.
whatever you feel like you need to do. No problem. And you know what? And I was gonna say, so this ain't TMI for me, but for the people on this call that's listening, um, I actually now, because I there's a gratitude for getting my period. I usually have like a dream the day before my period comes. And it tells me like around what time my period will come. It'll say, you know what? Your period's gonna come around 8 o'clock in the morning. And I'll be like, that's so early. And it's like, I'm just gonna tell you, it's coming at 8 o'clock in the morning. And to be honest, it's
It
usually
does.
right on exactly around that time. Yeah.
Wow.
8 o'clock, or if I'm sleeping the day before, it'll be like, I'm gonna be there at like 2 a.m. So make sure that you put a pad on the night before. All right. All right.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm so tapped in to
Wow.
listening to what my body is saying, because it helps me to know how to support it, right? And it takes years,
I
right?
know. So everybody like, am I gonna have a dream? But you just, again, this is beautiful because you just never know. Again, like once you really tapped into your body, it's
Yeah.
gonna let you know.
It's
Just
gonna
be
let you
ready.
know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We just have to tap in. I want us to tap in.
Oh, yes. Okay. So what would you say to a woman who has never thought about her period as something to be grateful for? Who
Oh,
would you say?
yeah. I would probably hold her hand and say,
Mhm.
like, you are worthy. Like, you are worthy, and help me to understand why you feel that, you're not connected to your period. Help me understand.
Yeah.
Um, and have a real like conversation
Mhm.
around maybe the experiences that she was having, and the reason why she decided to not really take her period as seriously, and kind of ask her questions on to help her figure out, well, maybe I do need to support my period more intentionally.
Yeah.
Like, what are you using today? What makes you feel safe? What makes you feel
Yeah.
loved, right? And I think we need more of that to let people know that they are valuable, you are worthy, and sometimes it's okay to pause and understand yourself on a deeper level first. Yeah,
It's true. Love that. So here we go. You
yeah,
recently started a monthly Herplum Q&A,
yeah,
connecting wellness professionals with your community.
yeah,
What inspired that?
yeah. So I realized that in talking to so many people, oh my gosh, that our community like really didn't know much about their womb health, their reproductive health. And then when I
Mhm.
took a step back, I was like, that's so true.
Mhm.
When did you first learn that you had four phases in your cycle?
Mhm.
In
Mhm.
your late 30s? I
Mhm.
don't know, right?
I mean, because for some, it's that,
Yeah,
or it could be late
exactly.
40s, or it
Exactly.
could be
Or late
now, like,
40s.
okay, wait, what?
Right.
Wow.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So for me, it was how can I like educate and support our communities by them actually listening in to professionals who are
Mhm.
doulas and midwives and wellness practitioners who have the knowledge and experience to share, right? And so why not collaborate with people who are well versed and educated in these areas so that not only can our communities learn, but
Mhm.
our younger girls can also
They
learn
need
too,
it.
right?
Mhm.
Because once the parents are learning, they're teaching, right? I would hope that they're teaching. I would hope, right? And so when we learn, we teach. And
Mhm.
so for me, it's like, oh, this is a great opportunity for Herplum to again connect with our healthcare professionals
Yeah.
and while also teaching our community. And I think one thing that I'm looking forward to doing, and I'm
Mhm.
hoping soon, right? I'm crossing my fingers.
Yeah.
I'm reaching out to all the people. It's really getting into the education system and
Mhm.
bringing that to our schools to support
Mhm.
our younger population. I
Mhm.
think a lot of us grow up with all the stigmas and the taboos around periods, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
who is gonna end it? I'm gonna sign myself,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Let's end it. Let's end the
Yeah,
stigma. Yeah.
yeah, it should be over. It's 2026. Like this should be how
This
many
should
years?
not be nothing new. Let's look, but it's sad because you know they've never known,
I
or
know,
when they get older, it's like, oh, no one told me that, no one shared
right,
that with me. So I
right.
love that. I love that you have started this Q&A, her plum Q&A, because I feel like it's gonna be great. It's yeah, this is gonna be really really good. Now, what kind of voices and practitioners do you bring into that space?
Yeah. So I bring in doulas, so far, doulas, midwives, and pelvic floor therapists.
Yes.
And so really people that are like really managing births, infertility or fertility, folks that are guiding people to really heal their womb, right? Pelvic floor therapist is helping women to really recover. Some women after delivery, they don't put their womb back together or their hips back, their body back together. And it's really an opportunity for us to, again, learn from our healthcare professionals that have the knowledge and experience so that our community can know what to do, right? So something simple as like make sure that you wipe from front to back and
Yeah.
not back to front, right? Some of us don't even know.
Some of don't really don't like wow. Yeah.
So it's providing our community with with the things that are so important for us to know so that we're not like completely lost, right?
Yeah.
At least we have some sort of foundation so that, again, when we are going into our healthcare providers' offices, our GYNs, we're not like completely like starting from zero, right? You're at least coming with some sort of foundation and saying,
Okay.
well, I got this information from a healthcare professional, and so help me understand what I should or shouldn't do. And then you'll kind of go from there. But at least you have some information to go off of.
So how do you see community as part of the healing process for women navigating reproductive health challenges?
Yeah, community is so important, just across the board, right? And so I can only share from my experience in going through reproductive health challenges and how much I tapped into my community to one, share my experiences, um, and and be able to say how, like, help me understand how if you're dealing with this too, or
Mhm.
maybe we could support each other. And I realize that, again, a lot of people are experiencing a lot of the same things. And with the endometriosis and again, the PCOS or PMOS.
Yes.
And so there's a lot of things that are very similar, and it just makes
Mhm.
you feel like you're not alone, right?
Yeah.
And so
Wow.
that's why I feel like community is so important. Like if women can find their
Yeah.
circle of women that helps them to feel like, okay, hey, I'm safe in talking to this person or these people. Tap into your communities. It's so important. Um, yeah, it's so important. And if you don't have a community yet, then I'm sure some of our doulas and midwives, they do have
Oh,
communities in your area. So don't hesitate to like reach out to us at herplum.com. Let us know what state you're in. We'll connect you to a doula midwife, and then they can help you with what community to tap into.
oh, yes, yes, yes. Community is it's super important. It's super
Yeah,
huge.
yeah.
Now, where can listeners find Her Plum and connect with you?
Yeah, we are on every social media platform, right? Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, LinkedIn, Pinterest. You can you can and then our website, of course. You can reach us at connect@herplum.com. And that's HERPLUM because it's her plum, right? Similar to the fruit, right? So you
Mhm.
can connect with us on all of those platforms if you ever have any questions or just wanted to connect with me or as the business grows, really anyone that would be at the company. So really, her plum across the board. Her plum, her plum, her plum.
Yes. Come on, Her Plum. Tell us about the discount that you're offering
Yeah.
you have for the community.
Yeah. So we do have a 20% discount on two or more of our pads. So it's when you go to herplum.com, you would use the discount code womb care, WOMB space CARE. Right? So I'll also make sure to send it to you, Artisha, after this
Yes.
call, just so that you have it,
We're
and
gonna
that you
put
can
it there.
share
Yes.
it, right? You could pin it in the
Yes.
podcast just so that folks
Yes.
have it. But yeah, womb care. And it's again all intentional. It's a one-time 20% off two or more pads. Usually today we have 20% off on six or more pads when you
Mhm.
purchase directly from the website, but with this discount code, two or more pads, 20% off.
Listen, you better come get these pads, y'all. These are non-toxic pads.
Correct, correct.
Now, what is next for you in Her Plum?
Yeah. So we are working today to get all of the credentials to be able to work with the Department of Education so that we can create a menstrual and mental health education in schools. I think it's so important for us to be able to educate our community, educate our younger girls and men, right? So that we do have allies and partners on this journey of understanding our bodies. So yeah, that's next. It's not an easy task. You can't just go in tomorrow, right?
Right, right,
But we're
right.
working on it. We're working on it as we speak.
Oh my gosh, you got this.
Thank you.
Listen, I have something for you that I'm going to definitely be sending out to you. So,
Oh,
as you know, I am a hysterectomy survivor. I
yeah.
am a fibroid warrior and a cis warrior too. Okay.
Yeah.
And so I created this book, and this community is called The Uterus Bar. Is to help women prepare and heal and help you thrive after having a surgery. But what I want to give to you, I'm going to be shipping this out. It's one of my teas, okay? And so this is our happy womb tea. So it does help
Oh,
with menstrual. It helps with endometriosis, PCOS, fibroids, ovarian cysts, and just to create that happy, space for your womb. I'm also going
okay.
to be sending you my Let Lymph Flow lymphatic tea because I'm big
Oh,
into lymphatics as well.
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
and then one more thing I'm gonna be sending you, my love, is our Happy Womb Oil. It does have an affirmation on there inside.
Oh,
Oh yes, right. I'm big. I told you I'm big into my affirmations now.
yeah, yeah,
And so, I'm pretty sure you heard of castor oil
yeah.
packs, right? And so some people are like, "Oh my gosh, castor oil packs are so messy," but it does help you. It's going to help. However, what I've done is created something, just a roll on. So it has three different oils in there:
Okay,
magnesium, sunflower, and castor oil. And
okay.
so, you're just rolling over like the belly button area around your stomach, and you can put a heating pad, you can put red light therapy, or let's say
Mhm.
you don't have any of that, just on the go. And
Okay.
so saying that affirmation is also being intentional as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
I love
So
that.
I'm definitely going to be sending you out those goodies. And listen, I thank you, my love, for spending this time with me and taking the time out your busy schedule. It means so much more to me than you know. And you guys, if you know someone that is going through complications, reproductive complications, or type of concerns, please reach out to me, your girl, at hello.theuterusbar@gmail.com. You can reach out to me in all the platforms at the Uterus Bar. Okay. So it's been such a pleasure. Do not forget, you guys, to follow my dear sister, Natasha Hall. My love, this has been a pleasure. Okay.
It has been so good. This
Yes, 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 yes.